What's going on, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Save It for the Show. I'm Sean.
I'm Theo.
And I'm also Sean.
Sean times 2. And today we're back again to do what we do best, and that's talk movies. You boys ready to get into it?
Oh, yeah. Damn right. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh, let's do this thing.
All right, you ready? All right. That was. You gotta do it again. All right. There we go. So, first topic. We were talking about bad movies, and this year was kind of a year for pretty decent films, but there were also ones that were just bad that came out. And we might get hate in the comments for this, so if y'all want to flame us, go for it. But I'll go. You want to go first of like bad movies you saw this year?
I'm gonna be fully honest. Rise of the Beasts Transformers sucked.
That's cap.
It did.
Nah,
I'm sorry.
No, bro. See,
I'm sorry. No, there's no way you can say it sucks. No way.
Let's hear him out.
I thought it was
Okay.
cool the first time I watched it. Okay, so the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, it's cool. The Transformers are back. They look like their old Transformer designs from the 80s. The action is really cool. But the plot's the exact same as the past other like 6 or 7 Transformers movies.
I mean, like Transformers. Are you really watching the Transformers movies for the plot though? Like, you just
have
go
you
to
seen the 80s one?
Yeah.
Have you seen the
course.
TV shows? All of them have
No,
like
I've seen that.
different distinct plots instead of Optimus Prime being like,
oh, we need to get Robo Trinkets 3025, blah, blah.
and then there's a human in there, and then there's like the Decepticon thrown in that's trying to defeat him, and there's a bunch of explosions everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not like that every episode of the old show. Every Transformers movie is just the same.
I thought that Rise of the Beasts was one of the better Transformers movies we've gotten in recent years.
I did
That
as
I can
well.
understand,
Because Age of Extinction was and then The Last Night, was it?
Yeah,
Last Night. I didn't like that one too much.
I'll give them this.
I did as much as bad as the last night was. I did love the new designs of like some of the Transformers characters.
Yeah,
they even brought
they
back
were smooth,
Barricade.
they were smooth.
They even brought back Barricade, who had a cool police car form. Megatron was back in his jet form with a proper like fusion cannon, weapon, everything.
Yeah.
But and I can see where you're going with like about the whole like being good within theaters, because I saw this guy who was like. He watched the Black Adam movie. He said it was a good movie, but he would only like to see it once. In
Black
the
Adam,
theaters.
I would agree with that.
It's like that.
Yes.
It's like that.
But with the
Yes,
movie,
I would agree with that.
I'm just gonna say this: they're kind of making them gimmicky as they go along. Like they'll
Transformers?
focus on like one character and be like, "Oh, we brought this character back." Like they did that with the what are the ones? The Dino ones. The Dinobots.
the Dinobots.
Yes, they brought them back for Age of
Grimlock?
Extinction.
Yeah.
Grimlock. I don't remember the other ones. There's a Spinosaurus one, Pterodactyl, blah blah.
I thought that was awesome.
That was
They were
awesome.
cool as hell.
That was
best
a very,
part of the movie.
That's
It
why I
was.
like
That
Age
was
of Extinction.
awesome.
When they showed that in the trailer, I was watching a lot of reaction videos.
I
to
was
that,
pretty mind
and I
blown by
saw-
that. I wasn't
saw a guy-
expecting
Yeah,
dinosaur
I was like,
Transformers.
dinosaur, because the Dinobots were in I think they were in I think they were in the 80s movie, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 80s movie. So I'm like, yo, they're in live action now? And that was good, but the rest of the movie was just long, and it just like too much human talk.
And then they had
It
the
just-
Romeo and
Rise of the
Juliet
Beast, it
law
just- it-
joke that didn't go well.
Yeah, it even had
Romeo and
some pretty
Juliet
awkward
joke.
moments.
Romeo and Juliet?
Basically making it so a minor could date a.
Oh,
Not a good look, Michael Bay. Not a good
Well,
look.
it was Michael Bay. What
Yeah,
did he do
also there
best?
were some pretty awkward moments in like the movie where this was one scene where Optimus was like, after seeing like those two, he was like, I went through that with Bumblebee once. And I just got me thinking, Prime, what do you mean by that? Do you mean B was dating RC and RC in this case was younger, or does that mean you and him were once in a gay
In which one?
relationship
In which
once?
one?
Oh, I didn't even catch that. I didn't
In
even
what?
I gotta
Rise of the
rewatch-
Beasts?
No, in
Age of Extinction.
I didn't see that.
Didn't catch that.
I remember.
Now, see, that alone, I gotta go back and rewatch that because I noticed, like, I saw Age of Extinction, I think, twice. I watched it once in the theater with my dad, and then I watched it once at home. And on repeat viewings, I noticed, like, Mark Wahlberg, it just felt like he didn't want to be in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no, I understand it.
all right, we gotta go to this. We gotta do that. We gotta do this. It's like he acts the same. Like he just acts like he's like, oh, it's like, all right, I'm getting paid a lot of money for this. I'm gonna show up, say a line, and then go home.
One thing I want to
It's
say
like
though
he had,
is
the guy in Rise of the Beast actually had charisma. Anthony Ramos, he had charisma. He looked like he was having fun.
That is
there was-
true.
Even some of the Transformers were better than they were in
Yes.
the Michael Bay movies.
and you could see the action. It wasn't.
I'm gonna
Yeah, it
ask you
was.
guys. I'm gonna ask you
It was
guys.
easy on the eyes.
What do you guys remember about the Maximals in the movie?
About the what? The
The
Maximals?
Maximals.
Wasn't there one? There was like a pterodactyl looking one.
There was a
No,
bird
that's
one.
the Dinobots. I'm talking about the That's Ravenclaw or something like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Actually, I only remember-
One was a
That's not
gorilla.
their name,
One was
that's
a
not their name.
Cybertronian
Optimus
gorilla.
Primal, I remember him.
The gorilla?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Optimus
Optimus
Primus.
Primal.
Optimus Primal.
Primus?
Yeah.
Primal.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
Primal.
He said Primus.
No, Primal.
Oh yeah, I meant
Primal, yeah.
I forgot about the name. I mispronounced.
But
it.
Actually, matter of fact, he's played by Ron Perlman, who shouted out our buddy Harrison, who was another co-host
Harrison,
on
I
Safe
just
for the
got your
Show. So
message.
shout out Ron Perlman.
Shout out to my man.
Shout out to
Shout
our boy.
out to you, dude.
But yeah, he was good in that. But I thought like the Maximals, they were a little forgettable. But
Exactly, they
you
didn't do much
definitely
with them.
remember you definitely remember like the action, like when Bumblebee. Can I spoil it? Are we good?
Spoiler warning, people.
Spoiler warning! Spoiler
Yeah,
alert!
spoiler.
If I get hate in the comments, this movie's like almost a year old. So
It's a you problem.
yeah, it's a you problem.
And same thing with Justice League, but directed by Zack
that's-
Snyder
oh,
from
that's
the DCEU.
overly- yeah.
Yeah.
Bumblebee gets stabbed in the movie. They're fighting.
Big shocker.
They're fighting one of the Decepticons, and Bumblebee jumps and he gets a blade through the chest.
He dies again.
He dies
Who'da
again,
thought?
but and you
Who'da
think that he's
thunk
dead.
it?
No.
He's dead. No. That scene when he's coming out of the helicopter.
No, the airplane.
And
He's coming out of the airplane
His wings just
transformer.
go up, and they start playing the LL Cool J song, and he jumps out. And
Oh
starts
yeah, that
shooting.
was an awesome scene.
I love that.
I will
part.
give it.
I
I'll
love
give it
that
this.
part too. That
There's
was a
so
big highlight in the
There's so
movie.
many scenes in
he
the
goes-
movie where it's just people walking, but when it gets into the action,
Oh my god.
it is so good. Like that one scene
Where
with
he goes-
Bumblebee.
he goes-
Yeah, that was awesome.
He goes,
That
they got
was
They have
awesome.
to bleep this when he goes, I'm here to kick some ass. Remember that part? And he's just like, he starts jumping out and he's shooting. I'm like, yo, he's really.
That was like, I was thinking that is awesome. And you know what
was
would have been better if he got the audio from that one movie where the audio was like, I'm here to chew bubble gum and kick ass.
That's
Duke
from They
Nukem.
Live. They Live.
Yeah, that would, yeah.
no, that's
If he had used the audio from that would have been awesome.
So we agree, Rise of the Beast, you thought was bad, but there are some good moments.
I've changed my opinion. I think it's okay.
Oh, see, we changed his opinion.
Oh,
Fine.
okay.
Fine,
That's
even.
good.
It's fine. You gotta
All right,
remember.
it's fine. It's all right.
Oppenheimer also came out this year. So
Oh, you're right.
Topics, I like how you transitioned that. So Oppenheimer and Barbie came out same day.
Which
Yes.
is better? Which is better?
I've
Which is
seen
better?
Which is
Oppenheimer.
better?
Oppenheimer
Did you see
was. I did not see Barbie, and I have no intention on going to see it.
It is fine. It's fun. It's like a simple fun.
The
film.
only guy that saw Barbie is Sean. He's the only one
Yeah.
that saw Barbie, so we're gonna get his opinion on Barbie, and then we'll give our takes on Oppenheimer. He'll give his opinion on both, starting with Barbie. What did you think of that? Did you enjoy it?
Or would you think it was like a low or bad movie?
I feel like Barbie's like Black Panther for white girls. Cause it's like, you know, like
That's the way of saying it. That's the
you
way
know
of
what I'm saying?
saying it.
Because it's like when Black
Yeah.
Panther came out, all the black people were in cultural garb and they were like playing music. White girls were wearing pink, doing all this. I went to the theater to see Oppenheimer, and I'm like, bro, I've never seen so many women in the theater at once. It was insane. So.
You saw Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
I've seen Oppenheimer
Oh, yeah,
with a
'cause
friend
they
of
did the whole Barbenheimer.
I-
Yeah,
yeah,
Barbenheimer
I've seen
movie.
Oppenheimer with a friend of mine, and I gotta say it was a very good movie. And let's not
enjoyed
forget,
it?
yes, I did. And let's not forget one of the many reasons why it was a good movie.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan. Whenever something is directed by Christopher Nolan, you know it's going to be a good movie.
I've never seen him, and put it in the comments if you think that, if you agree or if you disagree.
yeah.
Do you think that he's made a bad movie? I've never seen a bad Christopher
I don't think
Nolan
I
movie.
Yeah, because remember,
I
he was best known
Tenet?
for like Dunkirk, the Dark Knight trilogy.
I
He
will
was
say this,
awesome
though.
in all
Tenet,
those.
Tenet was okay.
Yeah, Tenet was-
mid.
yeah.
It was
It
so
was-
confusing. I'm like, what is this? Like, you don't even know what the movie is. Oppenheimer, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
A lot of people said that it was boring.
I thought it was well structured, well filmed,
Yes.
well shot, well
Yes.
They
explained.
shot it in 35 millimeter.
Exactly. Some,
And,
I believe some scenes were, but
Yeah, and you know what was crazy? A lot of the cameos that they got in that movie was insane. They got.
It
I didn't
was.
expect Robert Downey Jr.
Well, I knew he was in it. They got. They got.
They got the guy who played like Solo from like Han Solo.
They got,
from, like,
they
Solo
got,
Star
they got
Wars
Alden
story.
Ehrenreich.
Yeah,
Dane-
they did.
Dane
They got-
DeHaan. The one that shocked me was Josh Peck, because I
What
grew
about
up.
Barbie?
I grew up watching Josh. I've seen him. But I love seeing him in that movie, and I'm like, oh, he's made it. But going back to Barbie, was it worth it? Like, I don't have any intention on watching it. So please fill us in, people that.
And I don't
wanna
think
watch it.
Margot Robbie, and to be quite honest, I would have
Robbie.
preferred, if you were to give me like a choice to Margot Robbie between like Barbie or Harley Quinn, I would have killed to see her play Harley Quinn again.
Yeah, that's great.
I
That
mean,
was
the
a
last
good
one
role.
was okay. The last
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey came out the same week as Sonic. I'm sorry, Sonic was better.
Yeah, it was.
was.
I'm sorry.
It was.
But on the topic of Barbie,
It was.
it's a movie that happened.
It's a movie that exists.
And that shouldn't exist.
It's got parts I liked, parts I didn't like. Ken's song is pretty fun. It
Oh,
was
I'm just
silly. Yes.
Apparently that was like the #1 song on Spotify for 6 weeks.
Something like that.
What?
What? My reaction.
I've heard better songs than that. I've heard better
Have
funk
you listened
songs
to
than
I'm
that.
Just Ken?
I've heard I'm Just Ken.
No, I'm asking him.
No.
They played it
Then
at
how
work.
are you gonna judge it if you've never seen it?
I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
I've heard
it's fun. There's like
It's kinda
stuff
funny.
in the movie. I
I've
like.
listened to better and more fun songs than that.
I'd rather listen to like an old Justin Bieber album.
I'd
before I
rather
on
listen
repeat
to
and
the
watch
Gray and
Barbie.
Blue. I'd rather listen to Gray and Blue than
Is Will Ferrell funny in it? That's all I care about.
I'm disappointed to say
He's not funny in it?
He was fine.
Oh,
He could have been way better. The
How do
thing
you
is, the
stifle
thing
Will
is,
Ferrell?
the thing is,
No.
the movie had him marketed as the CEO of
Oh,
Mattel.
Mattel, yeah.
I thought that was hilarious because Mattel in the past, to say the least,
Was
they're not
alright.
good with their properties. They screwed over Thomas, screwed over Bob the Builder, screwed over, I think, Monster High or something along those lines.
Monster High, yep, with the girl monsters.
Yes,
Yep.
and everyone hates them for that.
Yep.
I thought they were gonna make a joke about that, like how they've ruined these shows.
That's what
Barbie
I thought they
comes
were
in,
gonna
they
do.
try to get Barbie. Barbie and
Yeah.
Ken run away, and they go through the Mattel thing, and there's a bunch of cameos.
I thought they were gonna Deadpool it, like
Exactly.
break the fourth wall. Ryan Reynolds,
that
like
would've
yeah.
been fun.
Also, but
That-
you can't
I would
deny, in
watch
terms
that.
of the toys that Mattel has made, you can't deny they made some pretty fantastic toys.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing. He's just the guy from the Lego movie. He's
Oh,
just
he's-
Lord Business.
Oh, yeah.
How
Oh,
is he?
poorly performed.
is he?
It sucks. That's how he is in the movie.
I think like with Will Ferrell, he's one of those guys like
He could either be really funny or just
like he
boring.
needs to work with like a director that knows his style. I don't think Greta Gerwig knew what to get out of him.
The thing is,
I'm
I'm
not
not-
trying to
Yeah.
be like misogynistic, but I
Yeah.
feel like she's. I'm not trying to be like that guy that's like, oh, women can't. I feel like
There's a certain way you
yeah,
have to
there's a
work
certain
with,
way
Will
you
Ferrell.
can direct Will Ferrell.
Exactly.
He's got his group of buddies that he works with. That
and when they're done well, it's done well.
Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, Elf.
He hates Elf, by the way.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's his least filmed. I don't know. He just doesn't like it.
He doesn't like Elf.
He wasn't happy when filming it.
Really?
Or looking back on it.
Did he just do that for the money then?
Probably. I don't know.
I think Elf.
I
Will
feel
Ferrell
like
was
just
pretty
what
funny.
I'm hearing, he probably did that for the money. I mean, that would make. I mean,
never
if
know.
he didn't really like it, then he probably would have done it for the money.
Or maybe he just did it. Well, he was in Curious George. Remember that?
Yes.
Remember the
But on the
Curious George
top of the
movie?
Barbie, there's things I like. I like this little transition scene where they're going from the Barbie world to the human world.
Oh, in the car.
Yes, in the car and like the background being like kind of like cardboard in a way. I thought that was well filmed. There were some stuff in the movie that I was like, okay, yeah, I get it's PG, but you don't really need to make a joke about this.
What they make a
like,
joke
I'll
about?
give an example. There's this one scene. You guys are gonna have to bleep this out probably, but like, there's this scene where Barbie and Ken, for some reason, are talking to these construction workers, and they're for some reason checking both of them out. And
Oh, is that why she punches him?
no. She walks over to them being like, just so you know, I don't have a vagina. And he doesn't have
What?
a penis. And then they walk away. That is... I get the joke, but this is Barbie.
What?
They said that.
That
I
shit
know
is
it's smooth down there, but like...
She just said it, no problem like that.
Exactly. She just... No,
Bro.
they do it twice, I'm
What
pretty
the
sure.
heck?
That's crazy.
That is
That's
insane. That's
crazy.
just something that
That's
shouldn't be
crazy.
in the movie. This is the reason. This is the
That's
part
Funny
of the
though,
movie.
but for the wrong reason.
Yeah, this is a
This,
movie for
this
girls.
is a kids movie.
No,
crazy.
I know
Yeah.
there's probably younger
This
guys
is the
who-
reason why this movie
Well,
shouldn't
it's
have even
P-
existed,
it's
or a
PG-13,
reason why
so-
that scene in the movie should not have existed.
I would
PG-13.
agree. Speaking of,
Still.
speaking
Hold on,
of,
let him
speaking
see,
of
let him
something
see.
that's unbelievable, like what you just said. Did you see the trip? Because if you guys don't know, me and Sean have a short that we did. We did a parody of Godzilla vs Kong, and they're doing another one, Godzilla -1. Did you see the trailer for that? Did you see the trailer?
Hell
for that?
yes.
I've seen that.
It
I've
looks
seen that.
so good. I'm
Yeah.
legit
Oh
excited
my-
for it.
Here's my thing. Okay, check me
Okay,
out.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer when I went to go see Blue Beetle. They showed the trailer for
Oh,
that.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
Blue Beetle was a very good movie. I finished
movie,
watching
too.
that movie in the
Great
theaters,
movie.
and I
Great
thought
movie.
it was a
Go-
very
Go
good
watch
movie.
Blue Beetle, by the way. It's not.
Yeah,
that
highly recommend it. It's also
By
it's
the
an
time
awesome
this
movie.
video comes out, it won't even be in theaters anymore. But
Probably.
stream it. do
Watch it
whatever.
on stream.
Yeah,
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 I
do
support it.
that.
Assuming it's
Yeah.
good.
But they showed the trailer for Godzilla -1, and I'm watching it, and I'm going, and it's all Asians in it, and I'm like, this is what we want to see in a Godzilla movie.
You want to see only Asians?
No, no, like heavy destruction, heavy Godzilla
Laser beams
action.
going all
No, there weren't,
over.
there weren't,
that's
there
like
weren't
the
lasers.
90s.
There weren't. That's the '90s one.
But
But I'm
let me-
talking like heavy destruction, monster action. We really didn't get that in the 2014 version or the 20. When did the one with Millie Bobby Brown come out?
2019.
2019. It was too Millie Bobby Brown focused. This just seems like it's gonna be more on Godzilla herself, excuse me.
You never know. I'm pretty sure he's a he.
Yeah,
It
I
doesn't
think-
matter.
yeah.
But the reason, so I am a huge Godzilla fan. I've been
Yes.
obsessed with Godzilla since like the 2014 movie came
Yep.
out. I'm pretty sure he's a he. It doesn't matter. The recent years, I've looked at the movies and I'm like, yeah, they're fine. I loved Godzilla vs. Kong where they brought in Mechagodzilla and there's like the action everywhere. Like
That was such a good
missiles
movie.
flying,
Yeah, that was
King
a really
Kong
good movie.
swinging his
That
ass,
movie was
Godzilla
so
shooting his
good.
That
atomic
movie was
breath.
so good.
It was fun.
I love that movie
But the one
as
thing I didn't
well.
like is it didn't feel serious. The
don't
separate
think it was
plot.
supposed to be.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but like when you look at all of the MonsterVerse, it's like they're all differently filmed. Like Godzilla 2014.
Kong Skull Island was its own separate thing.
2014,
Exactly, yeah.
extremely well filmed, very dull, kind of very serious. Like there's the opening scene with Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, and the action
amazing-
scene when
amazing
like
actor, by the
Kong
way,
shows up and he like destroys
but
that
I'm
whole
talking
squad
about
of
the
helicopters.
2014 one.
He's talking about
not
the
in
one with Aaron
where
Taylor
it's like
Johnson.
the
Oh,
scene
yeah,
where
yeah.
he
Oh,
has
okay.
to watch as his wife is like slowly passing away in like the nuclear
That was
reactor
tough.
power plant.
That was
It's
tough.
like depressing,
Ouch, that was
but like
very
I'm
tough.
fine with that because like Godzilla can have his silly moments, you know, like Godzilla doing a drop kick or sliding with his tail or like whatever they did in the 70s.
Yeah, but like not like,
But, like,
overlay it with
when
comedy.
you're serious, when they take Godzilla serious, I think that's personally when it's at its best. Because like you got the '54 movie where it was basically like,
Because like let's be real.
notifying people about like the atomic bomb so they don't forget about it, and that's what -1 is. It's this is the worst thing I could say. It's like a sequel to Oppenheimer.
Honestly, you're right.
But what it is
you're not
it's-
wrong. You're
it's
kind of
right-
right.
I don't hate you for that.
Yeah,
It's
me,
right
no,
af-
no, I don't hate you either.
It's right after the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombing.
Yeah.
Right afterwards, Japan's in ruins. It's basically set to level 0. Godzilla comes in and brings it to -1.
I like how they're
That's the
taking
title.
like inspiration. A lot of the guys that are working on this movie, they're well versed in the lore of Godzilla. So when you do movies like these,
Yeah, I like
think
that
it's-
aspect too.
Yeah,
because
I think
that-
Hollywood
because that's
should
what
take
makes
a-
it. Yeah, I think that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what. As you said, that's what Hollywood should be. That's what Hollywood should be doing with Godzilla. It should be taking him seriously.
Yeah, like I know
Yeah.
that people are saying like, oh, we have reboot fatigue, superhero fatigue, da 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 da. But yeah, rinse and repeat. But I'm saying no, we can do reboots, but they need to be done in a way that's like creative and new. You know what I'm saying?
I think one way, the best way to do like a
does that make sense?
yeah, no, I get it. Is
Okay.
to base it off of the source material, but enough so where it's original, like the new Godzilla
Exactly.
movie.
Exactly.
-1.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
That's right.
gonna be
Exactly. That's
probably
right, yes.
like the original 1954 Godzilla with like the
Modern-
destruction,
The way that they
decimation. That's not a word. Destruction.
decimation is a word.
Yeah, it is a word.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
until
yeah,
today.
yeah. So that's
Destruction,
good.
decimation, people actually being concerned instead of just being like, oh, there's giant monsters, that's a normal thing. No, this is not new. This is new to them. They're having to deal with this. Japan's dealing with it with those limited supplies they have after
Absolutely.
it. They are taking it seriously, and I absolutely love it. My only problem is recently on Twitter, someone posted screenshots from like a news report about
God,
the
it
movie.
looks so good. I'm thinking about the
man.
trailer
I was
again.
about to say the opposite. They showed like an up-close shot of Godzilla in the thing. It does not look. It looks fine.
His
It's probably test CGI. I'm hoping.
It's probably not done yet. The movie's like what? It has a December 1st release date.
Yeah.
November 1st, November 3rd in Japan for Godzilla's
December
birthday.
for us.
December
so
for
we're
us.
we'll get it first.
Yeah.
So they're probably just doing some touch-ups.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
assuming-
remember when they
Exactly,
showed the
that's
No
what
Way
that
Home
is.
thing and they still like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
the No Way Home and you saw the lizard like they edited out like Tobey Maguire and Spider.
Yeah,
Andrew
yeah,
Garfield.
Yeah.
That's probably
Poorly,
the same
but-
thing, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
hoping
poorly.
that's
Yeah,
the
right.
case. But I do think the movie, I hope the CGI looks a little bit better. But from what I've seen so far, I am so hyped for this movie.
Oh my
like,
God, it
they
looks
revealed
so
Godzilla's design a little bit early, I believe, back in July.
So good.
I
That
saw it.
is
I'm like,
awesome.
in my opinion, besides the 2014 Godzilla and the
They didn't really show Godzilla in the
64
2014
Godzilla.
movie that much.
No,
either.
they
it was
didn't.
building him up.
Yeah, but
To
it was
an extent.
It was kind of like you just saw shots of his back, and it's like I didn't come to this movie to see back shots of Godzilla. That didn't sound right, but shots of his back.
Yeah.
Shots of Godzilla's
That's what I
back.
was thinking.
Yeah. Shots of
yeah.
Godzilla's back. I didn't
But-
want to see that, but it was more human focused. But
Yeah.
this just seems like it's gonna be.
It's
gonna
almost
be-
entirely on Godzilla. That's what we
One
want.
thing I will say is Japan, when it comes to Godzilla in recent years, they're either very, very good with it, or you're the
Well,
Godzilla anime.
One final thing I'll bring up before we wrap this up, because we could talk about this all day.
Oh, yeah.
And y'all know we could talk all day. One thing I'll say before we wrap up is Japan knows like Godzilla, because that's like their mascot. I'm
Yeah,
not.
it is.
No offense. Like Godzilla
It's
is
like
their mascot.
It's like you got Hello
It is.
Kitty,
Hello
Mario,
Kitty, Mario,
Godzilla.
Exactly.
It's one of the ones
Don't
you
forget
think
they
of.
also have anime as well. Is that part of their mascot? Or?
I guess
Anime's
that
a
kind of
whole-
got. It's got
Yeah,
Pikachu.
anime's a big
Anime
part of
is a
Hollywood
whole other
industry now.
conversation.
It
You got
is.
Midoriya
yeah.
from
Yep,
My Hero Academia.
yep.
Oh,
So-
and also like ones that like Eren Yeager, I believe
Yes.
it's called from
But
Attack on
back
Titan.
to the
It's a
top
big
of
mascot as
Godzilla.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know how to do Godzilla really well. Like
Very
I
well.
saw Shin Godzilla
Very
in
well.
theaters back in October of 2016.
How was that, by the way?
That was.
Didn't get a chance to go watch that.
It had its moments where it was but then you have like its moments where it is so well done. Like
Yeah, I've
there's
heard-
like this whole scene. It's
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the song, but it's like the scene where Godzilla shoots his atomic breath. He goes like through 3 different kinds of laser breath things, shoots them out of his back, shoots them out of his tail. Japan is just on fire. There's some
I gotta
references
watch it
thrown
now.
into the 54 Godzilla.
Holy
and just
crap.
people are watching in awe as this happens. And it is just such a cool cinematic scene.
It is.
And all of it is just so well filmed. Then you get the anime trilogy. It sucks. But now you got -1, and it looks so good.
It just looks
Yeah,
so
it
good.
is. It
See
does
it in
look good.
theaters.
See it in theaters. This is like a Godzilla endorsement.
December
Exactly.
1st.
This is
Not
the best
December 1st.
Godzilla
No,
movie
watch
ever.
it.
Not
Please.
sponsored, not sponsored, but go see it. Go watch the trailer.
Sponsor us.
Oh, agreed. Recommended.
I appreciate you guys for watching this episode of Save It for the Show. That's all the
hope
time
you
we have for
enjoyed it.
today. Hope you enjoyed it. Shout out to my man Theo.
See
Shout out
you
to my man
later.
Sean. You know what I'm saying? This was a great episode. And until next time, talk to y'all later.
Have a good
See you
day.
later. Have a good. Peace out. Oh, y'all. Have a good day.
She stuttered. Stay classy.
Stay classy, ladies and
classy.
gentlemen. Have a good day.
Stay classy. We switch it up every episode.
Yeah.
Do it for fun.